Meghalaya hosts curtain raiser for Northeast India Infrastructure Summit and Exhibition 2026 at Meghalaya House in New Delhi. Thousands gather at Lumti Ujir to witness final cremation rites of late CM Sad of Meghalaya. Minister of Health Wailad Miki Shala says the recruitment process for doctors is still ongoing. President Draupadi Murmu approves an increase in sanctioned strength of judges in Supreme Court from 33 to 37. And Sunbor Shulai felicitates Lumparing Sports Club women's football team after their triumph in Shillong Sports Association football tournament. Let's first look at the local news. The government of Meghalaya hosted the curtain raiser for the Northeast India Infrastructure Summit and Exhibition, or the NEIINFRA 2026 at Meghalaya House, New Delhi, highlighting the state's rapid economic growth and infrastructure expansion. Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma unveiled the summit roadmap, noting that Meghalaya's economy has doubled in 5 years, with capital investment rising fourfold since 2018. He emphasized the state's strong entrepreneurship ecosystem, investor incentives, and expanding IT infrastructure, including new IT parks. Guest of honor Sanjay Jaju, Secretary of MDonor, praised Meghalaya's trajectory, describing it as the fastest growing state with a 13 to 14% growth rate.
Reason why this particular summit, I should say, is happening at the right time is because the overall environment, the overall ecosystem, all of these factors makes the timing of this particular summit absolutely perfect. The government of India and rest of the country and Northeast is now ready to actually receive it, take advantage of it, and create value for everybody out of this.
Thousands gathered at Lum Te Ujir to witness the final cremation rites of the late CM Sad Yartimai CM of Meghalaya, whose mortal remains had been kept in temporary burial since her passing on November 10, 1994. The rituals were led by Paem Maremdor CM in collaboration with the Mintris and carried out according to customary laws. The current CM Sad May Em Koslimai CM, along with family members and descendants, participated in the ceremonies, which included prayers, traditional rites, and the exhumation of the remains for cremation. In her address, CM Sad Koslimai urged the community to uphold ancestral traditions, while Paem Maremdor expressed gratitude, calling the completion of the rites a divine intervention.
Kani de kadang kong kari, orang jom malam nanti belum yang hadu tak kani sini bandela man rak sekali ke bentak apa dia pendap yang bet ke besar ke cuma koi bet besar jam i cuma i dia tibai sim belum sim sat bila kelan duduk sistem ke sebab besar de mentak lah kenjot sia komiti ke lai pu al sistem drunai te pondrong thang thi po ke cakap thi rom ni kum kai yang hingi sudah yo masim sisa ni komen kamar ke jingwan sakhi jongki wan dan petalang mo kani ke por ke sni kamtam ke bokodor ke so le se ka chu kuble mo nadok ki le rai le shnong le hima jiton ka jongki maybe bla bla se kani ke le se kalau kapa nagaleng ke yang ni so in ai khoi ke sikap de e bai ki kamtam ba la sakhi por bang.
Minister of Health Wailad Miki Shala informed the media that the recruitment process for doctors, involving written examinations and interviews, is still ongoing. Highlighting the shortage of doctors in community health centers and primary health centers, Shilla said the Finance Department has approved the creation of up to 150 contractual doctor posts. He noted that the Health Department's first step is to absorb all bonded doctors, with 21 recently appointed, though some declined postings in rural areas. On the amendment of the bond, Shilla stated that discussions are in progress and consultation with the Law Department will be required.
Hagani ga last ni le hudi te mut kamwa malumala kam hapo arpawi arpa ngode ko kiwa wan de kita le waro hi himi de appointment de posting ki tangkaten mut sa so pa ji mut dau kat mut ki wan join ni pha ka jing e yong I to bon sen hi man de yo rural posting man yo surat cengai surat le dem yo cesor yo cetau te hai tu to bon dam no join te kamu man katte ni pha dang ni siar ni posting ki dau pa jadi den kate.
The Meghalaya BJP, under the guidance of State President Rickman G. Momin, organized a prayer meeting to seek eternal peace for the souls of revered Vumthang Sitlu, Reverend Kaigolun Luvom and Pastor Paugulen Sitlu. The service, led by State Vice President Krauboklang Basoymait, reflected on Jesus Christ's message of love and forgiveness as the remedy for a world plagued by hatred and violence. Party Chief Spokesperson Maria Hom Kharkrang urged members to pray daily for the people of Manipur, condemning the ongoing violence as a crime against humanity.
I feel that as a party, we are a secular party. We respect all religion, we respect all the community, and let us continue to do that. And I would urge upon my other friends also from the non-tribal community, from Hindu community or Muslim, whatever, you also please partake together with our religious festival month. In that way, we will learn to respect each other better. Each one of you, I know you pray to God every day. Please spare a moment with the people of Manipur. They are suffering, they have suffered for too long a time. We have seen children being murdered. I think so that is unacceptable in a country like India.
The Umsning People Front, or the UPF, a social organization dedicated to supporting underprivileged families, handed over a newly constructed house to Jenny Mary Lapang of Umsao Nongkarai village under Umsning constituency. The house was formally presented by UPF Chairman Dr. David Lingdo and General Secretary Kit Dorius Dakhar in the presence of local leaders, members of the UPF and representatives of the Reboy Area Welfare Association. An emotional Jenny expressed gratitude to the organization, recalling the hardships her family faced while living in a dilapidated hut. She described the gesture as a blessing and thanked Dr. Lingdo and the UPF members for their support.
Ketika por ketika lemak kabangin aingu yu play. Dan ki rokom aingu lembaki emak jeng cing so kemen bat dan ru ikin sosi Henry hak ketika por nega klemat karong I kong jeli Mary Lapang ketika klemat ketika momen kabapi pen aingu yu play. Umangiru Ibril ngirayat dengan basibun kum kita gejing ya. Balang tengis ngo bala ino yangi tetengis ngo ba mdan ba itu syu yangi tetengis ngo baka snong gala kentat yangi ka emlang salang ga sarkar gala yangi iklet no ba thai thmat pat show play bo play umju eno bo play udon kibrio man ai namta jongpi.
The National People's Party Women's Front, or the NPWF, Umroi block celebrated a post-Mother's Day program at the Dorbar Hall of Umroi, Umdokberthi village under the theme Mothers, the Silent Pillars of Society. The event, attended by Nongsken MDC Grace Mary Kharpuri as chief guest and other dignitaries, honoured several mothers and young achievers from the locality. Felicitations included Dayakmen Talang, the top 20 MBOS SSLC, E. Kerpang Sokyong, Best Boxer Meghalaya Boxing Championship 2026, Bechwa Dafi Kharsokno, CBSC Topper 2026, E. Kirpang Watlang, Young Singer with upcoming release, and Mi Sngyo Bha Rimbai, State and National Arm Wrestling Athlete. Chief guest Kharpuri praised the NPWF Umroi block for recognizing the contributions of mothers and the achievements of young women.
Umroi block bahkan ken mau ya ki kene ki bala pelang beriau ya ki khon ki kti ki jongki ki bala ya lam lenti ya ki khon ki jongki hadu kane ka ilma pad hadu kane ka kata kuleshi bon ne bi kilong kami cha ki bedo na kane ka por kilong kan no tam ka jing smo sarong ka jongar ka be kalong kami ka bangan saki pide bantip bade ublay ubakar shandor ya pi habaro ki benta.
Let's now look at the regional stories. Consumers and traders in Guwahati are feeling the pinch as prices of essential commodities and vegetables have surged in recent days. The rise in costs has impacted households struggling with daily expenses, while traders report reduced sales as buyers cut back on purchases. Local market observers note that supply chain challenges and seasonal factors may be contributing to the increase, with calls for measures to stabilize prices and ease the burden on consumers. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma visited Sudarshanalai, the regional headquarters of the Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh or the RSS, after RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat arrived from Hojai. The visit marked an important engagement at the RSS's regional base, drawing attention to the organization's activities in Assam. Moving on to national stories. A major accident was averted early this morning when fire broke out in the B1 coach of the Tiruvananthapuram to Hazrat Nizamuddin Rajdhani Express train number 12431 between Luni Richa and Vikramghar A-lot stations in the Kota division at around 5:20 am. Ratlam Railway Division PRO Mukesh Kumar confirmed that no casualties occurred. Railway officials acted swiftly by cutting power supply, detaching the affected coach and safely evacuating all passengers. No injuries were reported among passengers or staff. The Railway Ministry has ordered a high-level inquiry into the fire incident.
हमारा जो OHE तार डैमेज हुआ था हमने रिस्टोर कर लिया है। अब ये 3 टावर वैगन से हमारे ये जैसे ही विक्रमगढ़ आलोट पहुंचेंगे हम इसका ब्लॉक पुटअप करके इसको जो है प्रॉपरली OHE चार्ज कर देंगे। जो ब्लॉक हमने अभी लिया हुआ था वो कैंसिल कर देंगे, फिर ट्रैफिक रिस्टोर हो जाएगा। सारे यात्रियों को जो है सुरक्षित इसी स्पॉट पर उतार लिया गया था और उसके बाद जो है दोनों कोच को सबसे पहले बाकी ट्रेन से अलग किया गया था ताकि आग और आगे ना फैले। कोच अभी लूनी रिचा स्टेशन पे रखे हुए हैं और उसको फिर फॉरेंसिक टीम भेजकर जांच करवाएंगे, उसके बाद फिर उसका फर्दर आगे का मूवमेंट देखा जाएगा।
President Draupadi Murmu has approved an increase in the sanctioned strength of judges in the Supreme Court from 33 to 37, excluding the Chief Justice of India, through the promulgation of the Supreme Court Number of Judges Amendment Ordinance 2026. According to the Gazette notification issued by the Ministry of Law and Justice, the amendment to the Supreme Court Number of Judges Act 1956 raises the total strength of the Apex Court to 38 judges, including the Chief Justice of India. Now let's switch over to international stories. India has strongly condemned the recent attacks on commercial vessels in the Strait of Hormuz, calling them unacceptable. At a special UN Economic and Social Council meeting, India's permanent representative Parvataneni Harish said targeting civilian crew and disrupting freedom of navigation cannot be justified. Harish stressed the importance of safeguarding global energy and supply flows, noting that nearly 1/5 of the world's energy passes through the Strait of Hormuz. The World Health Organization, or the WHO, has declared the Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Uganda a public health emergency of international concern. WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus announced the decision following reports of more than 300 suspected cases and 88 deaths. The declaration underscores the seriousness of the outbreak and the need for coordinated international response to contain the spread of the virus. Coming up is sports news. Cabinet Minister and South Shillong MLA Sanbor Shulai felicitated the Lumparing Sports Club women's football team after their triumph in the recently concluded Shillong Sports Association football tournament. The felicitation ceremony brought together players, coaches, club officials and supporters to celebrate the team's remarkable achievement. Shulai congratulated the champions for their discipline, dedication and outstanding performance, noting that their success has brought pride not only to Lumparing but to the entire state of Meghalaya. The team and officials expressed gratitude for the recognition following their title-winning campaign.
Captain ada benar Lumparing Sports Club, Women's Football Team, kemudian tim bagi semula penting kebetulan pun ada football tournament berorganisasi dengan Meghalaya Football Association dan Shillong Sport Association apa perlu, but apa hadu kita ada champion dan kita job percaya naik kuat, untuk menaik boleh mulai resmi.
The Kurman Foundation, in collaboration with Rangda Jade United FC, launched Kansai Season 2, a one-year free football coaching program at the East Jaintia Hills District Sports Association's artificial turf in Denchanrum. The inauguration was graced by Deputy Commissioner Manish Kumar as the guest of honour and MLA Kurman Shila as the chief guest, alongside dignitaries from Rangda Jade United FC, the JHADC and JEC. The event featured a balloon release and a group photo with the selected players. MLA Kurman Shila encouraged the over 100 selected players to seize the opportunity, stressing the role of self-belief and family support in success.
Niti kalau lebih MB konsen umat di keluar yang kali kita lewi. Kepraktis ini kalau sebut AEPG kita agata, ini terkandung donation kita. Hari itu kita buat, nangai berusaha dekana lisah ada extra tu. Dan kita orang yang kerjai, dan orang yang grassroots kita dicintai, kadang ada extra juga hidup. Kita tu pemain keluar kita pemain negeri. Niti kalau lebih kini kisah lu kemudian translate kemudian begini lemah yang begini kisah next kemudian kita mau kita bergerak lagi.
The first Wailad Miki Shala Veterans Football Tournament concluded at Jerusalem Stadium, Chutwaku, Jawai, with Kimusnyang defeating Mukla 2-1 in the final to claim the championship title. The event organised by the NPP Jawai block, was graced by Hamletson Dotling, President of the Meghalaya Football Association, as the chief guest. The tournament's closing day featured 3 matches. Mission Compound and Lum Kirbiang secured third place with a 5-0 win over Meet Mintadu A, while Legends 11, featuring MLA Kurmenchila, defeated Kudup De Maya 4-1 in a friendly match alongside Sports Minister Wailadmiki Shila. Champions Kimusnyang received 1.5 lakh rupees, runners-up Mukla 1 lakh rupees, and third place Mission Compound Lum Kirbiang 50,000 rupees along with trophies. In his address, Hamletson Dotling reaffirmed the MFA's commitment to promoting football across Meghalaya and praised Re Lum Jaintia for producing talented players.
Lemba de tournament ngari scam kamera tisho tuanya jong kamera pat jong pi maru breu wei bu hiara ko modan balekai berkata lorong pa kadawai twan namta ka jong pi wei tiga tentu an simi bro ki players ko rakam sama subaban kirkia ika sab ko jong pi kane ko de challenge namta ki bon ki sama ji banang arpo kapra arpo president ro magine bangshen ya ka sports ko wei de ka property ko ka jim jong pi.
And now for the weather report. In Tura, the minimum temperature was 22 degrees Celsius with the maximum at 28 degrees Celsius and the relative humidity at 78%. Rainfall was measured at 18 millimeters. Moving on to Shillong, the minimum temperature was 18 degrees Celsius with the maximum at 25 degrees Celsius and relative humidity at 71%. Rainfall was measured at 13 millimeters. Meanwhile, in Jawai, the minimum temperature was 18 degrees Celsius with the maximum at 25 degrees Celsius, relative humidity at 77% and rainfall at 12 millimeters. The forecast in Tura, Shillong and Jawai say moderate rain with thunderstorm is likely at many places. And before we conclude, here is a quick recap of today's headlines. Meghalaya hosts the curtain raiser for Northeast India Infrastructure Summit and Exhibition 2026 at Meghalaya House in New Delhi. Thousands gathered at Lum Te Ujir to witness the final cremation rites of late CM Saad of Hima Sora. Minister of Health Wailadmiki Shila says the recruitment process for doctors is still ongoing. President Draupadi Murmu approves an increase in sanctioned strength of judges in the Supreme Court from 33 to 37. And Sunbor Shulai felicitates Lumparing Sports Club women's football team after their triumph in the Shillong Sports Association football tournament. And with that, we come to the end of today's news edition. Thank you for watching. We'll be back same time tomorrow. Until then, take care.